I was blinded by sex, his charm, the adventure of it all.
Exactly. You just said the quiet part out loud. That's exactly what you did. You were blinded by the adventure of it all. You want the romance novel. That's all you want. What is up, everybody? Happy Love in Paradise finale, because it is here. Now, 10-episode run, very short, but the pointlessness of this show simply because it is just to get eyes on these couples that are never gonna work is, it's impressive. I gotta say, it's impressive. And the cope of these couples trying to either actually try to make it work or act like they're trying to make it work is also impressive. So I gotta give them props for that, even though none of it is, even the ones that didn't end up breaking up in the end, spoiler alert, although I did not say who it was, but we'll see. But even the ones that did not say they're going to break up in the end, it's like, do you really believe that they are going to last? Do you really believe that this is how love is found in this show when it's all a fantasy, it's all not real in some aspect? What's the reality of it? This is why the difference between this show and like a Married at First Sight is that there's hope for the Married at First Sight simply because you like to believe that the people come into it for the real reasons. Now, some of them don't, sure. The last season was insane. See how this new one comes. But, you like to believe that. This one, it's like, what are their real motives here as the show goes on? What are they really trying to accomplish? So we will see how it plays out. But first, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, show your support for the channel, hit the bell for notifications. When we hit that 1,000 mark, we're going to be looking at that live show, most likely coming when Married at First Sight comes back. So that should be fun, should be entertaining to play it out live, talk about some different shows, not just one at a time, but multiple for the week. Should be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. I hope you are as well. Let's get us there. Appreciate all the support. Let's start with Annie and Kyle. Interesting couple that he is still trying to convince everyone that he's just sperm donating. He's trying to spread his seed and help the poor women of the world. I mean, is anyone buying that crap, or is everyone finally accept the fact that this guy is just trying to cheat and justify it by saying, hey, I'm trying to help people? You'll see in the end where he gets with that, because it's interesting. Nonetheless, they decided to break up, if you will, and said, he's like, I can't stop. I just can't. So, sex addiction, I'm thinking. And she's like, yeah, I can't. If you're not willing to not cheat on me, I can't be with you. I mean, that's makes sense. But they're trying to leave on good terms. Does it happen? Does it?
I just, feel like that you didn't put enough effort in the whole relationship.
Yeah, like zero. Zero effort. No effort into the relationship. From the get-go, it was all like directions and I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my hand here. I'm going to do this. And oh, by the way, I'm sperm donating because that's what I do. I feel it's my purpose. It's your purpose to just basically have a bunch of one-night stands without a condom. That's where you're at. That's what this guy is. He's figured out a way to justify what he's doing by saying, people without kids. I'm like, yeah, well, there's a lot of guys out there that can just be a sperm donor, like a sperm donor in the negative sense of the word, where it's like, yeah, he was just a sperm donor. He didn't stick around to be a father. That's what you are. And yet you're still trying to twist up the cope in all kinds of pretzel-like ways to make it seem like you're doing something good. But that's neither here nor there. He never wanted to make it work, and she did. She did. She dodged a bullet here. I am saying that.
I mean, I just feel like you kind of cheated on me then because I was here. Yeah,
I'm not cheated. You're not even committing to me, Kai.
I just feel like
this guy has got the damn nerve right here. This guy, as soon as she said, yes, I was still, I hooked up with my ex before you came here. Was it right? I mean, and I don't know if they agreed to be with other people or something, but she acts surprised by him doing the sperm donating. So, okay, wrong, sure. If she hooked up with him and they're supposed to be in some sort of exclusive, he's claiming they weren't, she's claiming they weren't. I don't know. It's very unclear. Regardless, if it's wrong, they were exclusive, still wrong on her part. However, he's the one that was off running around the world sperm donating, which is just like, a sex travel guide or something like that, and trying to make it seem like, but that's okay because I'm just spreading my seed. It's just procedural. I'm like, all right, dude, you try to convince people that you didn't enjoy it. Good luck with that. So it's hilarious how this guy tries to flip it really quick. But you did this with your ex. I'm like, but you're just sleeping with random women all over the place, trying to make it seem like you're doing them a favor while leaving a bunch of kids fatherless and saying, I'm sperm donating. I have a kid in Germany. Like, this guy is one of the biggest pieces of garbage I have ever seen on garbage I have ever seen on this show. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Entertaining, but hilarious.
I have something else I'm curious about.
What else?
It's kind of big.
What's it gonna be? It's big.
Are you being completely honest with me about your ex?
He's still doing it.
Last time you met him was before I arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that you were not ovulating when we had sex. And so, if you're pregnant, it's his.
What the hell is he even talking about? What is going on here? This is the guy who has not cared who he impregnates. Everyone's doing a women a favor. He is God's gift to women. We've found him, ladies. God's gift to you right here. This gentleman, the guy who just can't stop making babies and claiming he is helping everyone around the world. That guy is God's gift to women. And yet, the one time that maybe he's not even sure yet, but he is making sure to make it clear to her that it's not going to be his because he did the time frame, and because he's God in his mind, he knows that it could never be his. It's got to be the other guy. Instead of, he's always been happy to take credit for any child that could even potentially be his. He is clearly only trying to hurt her here. Piece of garbage. You know, the human debris that this guy is, he is a walking piece of garbage. Like, that's all he is. He is a walking dumpster fire of a human being who can't get it together, maybe a straight up sociopath, at the very least a narcissist, and yet inside he's very, very small, very tiny.
Her ex did it before I had sex with her. So technically, there's a higher chance of her ex being the father
garbage.
if she was pregnant. Much, much, much higher chance.
You're crazy.
The cope here,
You're just...
the cope on that guy trying to, but he knows all the ovulation cycles, but now the cope of trying to twist himself into a pretzel to try to make it seem like he could not possibly be the father of his 89th child or whatever it is, when every other one he's like, oh yeah, that's mine, except for the fact that he didn't stick around to actually be a father. Like, this guy is such a horrible, horrible person. But ladies, if you see this guy on the street, run.
Crazy.
No,
right
because
now.
it's science.
I feel like you just want to hurt me right now, and
Yes.
you're very disrespectful.
No, I'm not
Yes.
being disrespectful. I feel like you were trying to pin the baby on me.
Why?
What are you talking? You take credit for every child. Pin the baby on you. What? Good gracious. This guy's a comedian. It's the only possible explanation.
For what? Do you think
Exactly.
I need the Peter Pan who doesn't
I don't understand. Peter, okay, doesn't want to grow up? I don't know.
know how to live a normal life?
Yeah,
It did seem like you were trying to pin it on me.
Oh my
for
God.
something that I knew wasn't going to happen.
Oh
by
my
me. It
God,
would've
you're
been
like
his.
really mental. I think
because-
you're ass guy.
There you go. Well done. You're I'm not gonna say it, but you see. Those words were justified in this case because he really is. I don't know why she was messing around with this guy to begin. I really don't. She knew what he was. Now, maybe she thought he would stop, I guess, but he was always a piece of garbage. She's better off. I mean, you know, he did you a favor by doing this and having you walk away. That was a favor for you. Like, that's the one good thing he did, was be a real bad douchebag on the last moments to make you feel better about walking away. That was the one good thing he did for you.
Makes me feel less lonely because even though it isn't like companionship, it still gives me a sense of purpose.
For what? For what? Because you can impregnate women? It's just called being a guy. You take all your damn supplements. Yeah, you know what part of the purpose of being a man is? So you can get women pregnant. Women carry the baby. You know, women are superheroes because they can grow the baby and, you know, feed it with their bodies. That is a superhero activity. And, you know, men have a part in that. So I don't know why you're acting like it gives you purpose to be able to, you're a typical man. I mean, yes, there are abnormalities, and some people, have issues, can't get pregnant. I get it. But what it brings you purpose to impregnate women and then leave the kid fatherless while trying to claim all these kids. Like, what? Like, I don't, are you really that dumb? Like, is there a brain cell even left up there? Now, Alex and Adriano are interesting. He has been truthful since day one. Now, maybe he should compromise more and be like, okay, if I want a, relationship, I should probably not keep throwing out threesome. But she has been disingenuous this whole time because she knew from the get-go. She talked to her family about it, said he wants these threesomes, but she's still trying to fit the square hole or square peg in the circle hole, trying to make it work. When in reality, all she wanted was the romance novel. All she wanted was the romance novel cover in this beautiful place in Italy, out on all these out on the water with the boat, eating all this great Italian food. That's what she wanted. And when it came to the end, she's finally like, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Let me cry a little bit and not even show a single tear, and then act like I'm going to get mad because you said something about a threesome with my cousin. Disgusting, yes. So, wrong on his part, sure. And he claims it was a joke, very bad joke. Either way, the guy is not meant to be in a relationship, that's clear. But what is also clear is you didn't really want a relationship either. You wanted the fantasy. It's like the people who go on The Bachelor pretending that love is going to last, and in reality, they jet set you all over the world, put you on these dates that you're never going to have in reality, and then, yeah, of course, like, yes, I'm in love, and everyone's like, I'm just watching it for the train wreck. Yeah, because it's not going to last, because when you have to go to work every day, when you have to just keep things clean in the house, guess what? That's reality. She doesn't know what reality is. She wants the fantasy. Not gonna work. Never was gonna work. So then at the end, it's like, oh, I guess I gotta end it now. Like, okay, you ain't fooling nobody.
I came here wanting to reconnect with you, hoping for something.
What were you hoping for? Like, what do you actually think you were hoping for? You weren't hoping for anything. I mean, maybe a little part in your mind wanted him to come out and say, okay, I'm going to be monogamous with you. But after all the times, that that's not really going to happen. He broke up with you like twice or three times simply because you wouldn't have threesomes with him so he could go off and do what he wants. So you knew deep down. No, you didn't want, I don't know what you were hoping for, but you just wanted the fantasy for this trip, and you knew deep down it wasn't going to last. This was all about the illusion for you. This was all about the Fabio cover of the romance novel. That's what this was.
Be in a relationship. I want to get married and have kids. And I feel like I'm having to shrink myself into this little bitty box just so I can have something.
What? Like, you don't have to do anything. What on earth is she talking about? He said who he is from the get-go. Like, just leave. That's how it works. If you're not vibing with someone, if they can't compromise, if they tell you who they are and they're like, but this is who I am, no matter what, this is who I'm always going to be, then it's up to you to be like, either you can compromise or you can leave. You're not having to shrink yourself into any box. You make the decision. He's made it clear he's not going to change. Question is, are you going to change or are you going to leave? But of course, it was never about that. It became more and more clear that she was never about like an actual relationship with him. She was about the spontaneity of all the passion and, oh yeah, the vacation feel of it. Like, you can have a vacation relationship and then leave. Like, it was over the internet before, but now it's like, oh, it's real, it's in real life, but I don't really want what he wants. So let's just have this fun, like, vacationship. What, vacationship? Vacation relationship? Vacationship. I like it.
Couple times, but always was on my side.
Ah.
Now that she's doing it, it feels really different.
Yeah, you were in control, man. I will give it, this is the funny part. Even though she isn't genuine at all, she was just trying to, like, the vacationship. That's all she was trying to do. But now she's leaving it. Now he's thinking, this is just odd. It was always me breaking up before. I don't like this feeling. That's kind of funny. I gotta give him props for that. Funny on that part. Because if he was the one breaking up before and now he's like, I don't, this pain right here, I don't like it. Hilarious. Now, Luke and Madeleine are the couple that, I don't know which one is, the least shocking that they're not going to work. But this is probably one. Now, they didn't end it at the end of this one. This wasn't one that was ended at the end of this. But it's not going to work. She doesn't want to sign the prenup. He thinks he needs a prenup. He doesn't have any damn money. He's constantly sinking money into businesses while, for what? Like sunglasses businesses and things that he's just trying to basically throw stuff at the wall and hope something sticks. She is off partying and being half naked with dudes in his apartment. Like, explain to me how this is going to work. But maybe love will conquer all. Maybe.
Luke say he gonna come back soon, but I know him. I don't think that is true.
I'll work at Maddie Beauty if I have to. I'll even learn how to do nails.
Oh my gosh.
He have no money.
Exactly. He has no money. She knows he has no money. I mean, he sunk some of the last of his money into her business, and now he's like, I'll do some nails there, trying to be jokingly. But listen, the girl may be a gold digger. The girl may hope that he's gonna, one of these businesses is gonna hit, and he's gonna be able to fund this lavish lifestyle continually for her. I don't know. But she's not dumb. She knows he ain't got no money, and how's he gonna make all this work and come back and do all that? He probably ain't. She's just hoping that he stays over there and continues to send every penny he might make to her. That's what she's hoping for. It's the perfect thing. Then she can party, do whatever she wants, and just collect a paycheck. It's great. Who wouldn't like that? I mean, I guess at 19, maybe.
I continue to be scared about you. Don't trust me.
Yes.
I know, baby.
He don't broke up with me, but I don't think Luke trusts me.
Of course not.
I'm gonna to sign her.
So she's gonna sign the prenup. So she thought deep and hard about it, and she's gonna sign it because now she really loves him and everything. The fact that he thinks he needs a prenup is already a problem. She's willing to sign it, fine, whatever. But yet, then she goes on to say that I'm not really going to sign it because if he doesn't come back, I'm not going to sign it. And then she's like, I don't think he's going to come back. So she just said that so he would hear what he wants to hear. In reality, she doesn't think he's going to be able to come back because he's broke. So she's like, whatever, I'll say whatever you want to hear. Of all the things that they're hiding, all the little secrets they have, it's like they're probably going to work. Said no one ever.
I think that I can trust Madeleine again. So I'm willing to put what's happened behind us. I just hope that I'm not a fool for doing.
Oh, you're a fool. You are a big old fool. Because let me tell you something. She going to be partying. She going to be cheating with other dudes. You ain't going to have any money. So what do you think how this is going to play out? What do you honestly think is going to happen? Like, nothing good for you, man. I mean, I don't know why you're even fighting this. You're broke as hell. You might as well go back to the States and build up whatever and then just stay there. Why are you trying to spend all this money in Colombia on some random 19-year-old who just wants it for the money? I mean, that's pretty damn clear. I mean, you're pretty stupid. That's the face. This is the face right here. That's the face. This guy is not super smart. He is not. Now, Sean and Aaliyah continue to have a problem considering the fact that Sean is trying to fight what he really is by being with Aaliyah, who is trying to be a woman, which is a bit of a struggle, let's admit. And Sean is, trying to just, again, this whole thing with sticking a circle peg into a square hole or a square peg into a circle hole, trying to make it work for what? I mean, apparently they were already having an open relationship, and I mean, it's pretty clear at the end that Aaliyah is trying to get to the United States, and Sean is hoping that Aaliyah doesn't go through with the surgeries. This couldn't possibly go wrong.
You would let me put my special drops in, which are in my pocket right now, but you won't let me.
Because I have trouble, something touching my eyes.
I love that you're so worried about me putting drops in your eyes, but you can't wait for a plastic surgeon to carve up your stomach and ass.
Makes sense. Like, don't put drops in my eyes, but I'm going to go get butchered. Like, what? What the hell? Now, they are at a consultation for surgeries to try to do some of the things that Aaliyah wants to do to become more feminine. Now, the problem is that if you didn't know, men and women are different. Now, there are more feminine men and more masculine women, of course there are. But as you talk about bone structure and things like that, it's just different. And when you have a plastic surgeon sitting here telling you that, yeah, it's going to be a complicated and very intensive surgery, and saying, hey, maybe try some of these less intensive fillers and injections, then maybe you should think about the process you're about to go down.
This reshaping of the bone is an aggressive surgery. For a few days, like a edema in this part, so you need to think more about that.
The plastic surgeon who stands to make money off of your surgery is saying, you might want to think this one through.
One strategy is do like fillers in Botox.
So using filler above the brow
Although
bone.
maybe he is just smart that way, because instead of doing one lump sum of, I don't know, God knows how much money, he's like, hey, I'll get him for life and have to come pay for injections monthly, because it's not permanent, for fillers and Botox and all that. Maybe he's just a genius. I don't know. And he's like, if I do this surgery, that's a one-off, but let's hook him for life. Let's hook him. Let's sell him the fantasy that they want. It's almost like this guy's done it before.
Right now, she's just talking about being curvier and shaving her brow bone. But if this is where we're starting, where is this all going to go?
You know where this is going to go. Cutting things off you don't want to lose. This is where, like, I don't know why he's trying to, that's why I said about every one of these couples is have some sort of cope in some way. I don't know why he's coping in this way, like, well, what's next if you try to move some fat and if you try to shave your brow bone, what's next? You know what's next, the gender reassignment surgery of cutting off an appendage, if you will. And how you gonna feel about that there, buddy? Like, why are you fooling yourself? Why are you fooling yourself and playing this out? You already are like, whatever, doing whatever, not in a monogamous relationship, so why even mess with it? Please explain. And then, of course, Alex conveniently forgot some things over at Italian dude's house. Is anyone buying that?
We could have been great together. Our families could have been great together. Just imagine a Black and Italian wedding. Lots of food, lots of music.
See, she's living the fantasy. She is living the fantasy. That's all it is. She wants a fantasy of everything in her head. She's thinking about the wedding. She's thinking about, happy to eat this food, the sex, all this thing is a fantasy in her head. In her head, her life is a romance novel. That's what it is. And in reality, it's like, it didn't play out that way. And so at the end, she's like, all right, vacation's up, time to go. That's about the extent of it.
No, because I should have stopped this a long time ago. When he broke up with me the first time, let me grab my stuff. But I was blinded by sex, his charm, the adventure of it all.
Exactly. You just said the quiet part out loud. That's exactly what you did. You were blinded by the adventure of it all. You want the romance novel. That's all you wanted. Thank you for admitting the truth.
I didn't know if there's gonna be a future between me and Alex. I know what I want, but sometimes you can't have what you want.
Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry, buddy. She'll be back. She's going to get home and realize she wants the fantasies continually, and she'll be back, and she'll probably be back on vacation again, and then y'all will be good until the end of that vacation. She wants the fantasy. The fantasy doesn't die when she leaves. She'll be back for another vacation relationship. Vacationship. I'm going to make a shirt. Vacation ships. That's what's going to happen.
You pinky promise you're gonna come back soon.
A pinky promise.
I don't think Madeleine believes that I'm coming right back. And the truth is, unless one of my businesses hits very soon.
Okay, you too. Dame besito.
Or I find a remote opportunity. And it's going to be hard to come back.
So you lied. You're all liars. She lied about signing the prenup. You lied about coming back. Explain to me how this is going to continue to work. Y'all are all liars. Man, this is what I'm talking about. No one is, even the ones that at the end seem like they're together, they're not going to be together. Follow up online and see if any of them are actually still together. Probably not. Maybe they're still pretending, but they're not going to be together. There's no way. Y'all can't even get the basics right about telling, well, I can't afford to come back. There's a simple money issue that if you're going to marry someone, you need to be able to have that conversation. Or her saying, I don't want to sign a prenup. Like, these are simple conversations you need to have. But instead, both of y'all are lying about it, and both of y'all are just foolish trying to make it seem like it's actually going to continue to work. It's a lie. It's all a lie. Everything's a lie. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Whew. Anyways, it is entertaining to say the least. The season finale was great. I don't know what they're going to do when they come back next season, but next week, 90 Day the Other Way comes back on. We're going to do that. Once Married at First Sight comes back on, we're going to be back with Married at First Sight. So please make sure you comment, like, subscribe, show your support to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, then we're going to start to be looking at that live show, start to plan that. Probably happen during the Married at First Sight when that comes back. But it's going to be fun to talk about multiple shows and see what's going on during the week of all this craziness. So join me for that, show your support, and I will see y'all next time.